This is an app that I encountered on the Tech Edge site. It's called Speakingpal, and it's very useful for English language learners. It allows for them to practice and to interact with the app so as to learn how to say words and if they're saying them properly. When you get signed up with Speakingpal, one of the first pages that it pulls up is the option to translate to a student's native language. This is very beneficial if they're not proficient in English, because this way they can see the words in their own language and still practice them in English, but feel a little bit more comfortable when learning them. And it also allows for them to switch back to English or the no translation option once they feel comfortable enough to not need their native language to help them translate any longer. On the top left side of the screen, there are 3 horizontal lines that when a student clicks on them, it pulls up this menu. It allows for them to share what they're doing with their friends or to readjust settings. It also allows for them to ask questions if they don't quite understand what an app is doing. So this is very helpful when they're at home or they don't have access to a teacher to help them when needing the assistance. This is an excellent place for an English language learner to start, especially if they do not have much of a background in English. Because English is one of the most complicated languages to learn, there are several different pronunciations for several different vowels and even different ways that you can pronounce a consonant. So this is a great spot for them to start so that they are aware of how they're going to be pronouncing words as they get into the more difficult levels throughout the rest of the app. This is the main menu that comes up on the app. It gives the student several options to access and to start their practicing with. These are all completely free, so the student can work on these until they feel that they are confident enough in how they're doing it in order to advance to the next level. I'm going to click on the option with the rows on it just to show you where it takes you and what you can do once you've done that. Each button that you click on will take the student to a screen that looks like this. It has several different situations set up so that they can look at whichever the scene they choose to. The top bar actually indicates how far they've gone and progressed within each lesson. So once it's filled up all the way, that means that they've finished it. The first option in the app is to listen to the 2 characters speaking back and forth to each other. Once the student has done that, they are actually able to respond to the person, such as in this screen, the woman is speaking to me, and she says the line that is on the top, and then I read the line that is on the bottom, and the little circle on the left actually gauges how well the student is speaking and the tone in which they are speaking. The stars at the top give the rating for how well they do. As a native English speaker, it would only give me 2 stars on occasion, so it just goes to show that it wants a very proper pronunciation of the words that it's asking for. There are different units for a student to work in. The one that we just went over was referring to dating and personal life. They can also use the at work unit, traveling, or at the White House. It also allows them to start at a very basic level if they don't feel that their English is up to par enough to speak at the level that some of the others are asking them to. Once a student has finished all of the levels in the app, the green books on the bottom right-hand side of the screen actually allows them to purchase more levels if they feel like they're not being challenged enough in their current practice. These are obviously varying in price, but they do allow the student to customize how they feel that they need to learn and what would best suit them in that scenario.